Good morning.
Good morning.
You've traveled here safely. You are here to see the folks that you have watched, some of you from diapers to teaching kids how to diaper, which is really cool. I'm Chris Rakedale, Superintendent of Public Schools for the state of Washington. I want to thank you for being here this year. We've got a pretty awesome morning for you today and a chance to recognize some pretty remarkable educators. We stand on the land and we acknowledge our tribal partners who have been here since time immemorial. We specifically are sitting on the lands of the State Chas Band of the Squaxin Island tribe. But I'd also like to recognize the Chehalis tribe to our south and the Nisqually tribe to our northeast. Between these three tribal communities, they've occupied this land for 12,000 years or more and have continued to grace the land with their traditions. I want to thank you all for being here today. We have 9 regional teachers of the year. We have 8 regional classified school employees of the year. I believe 1 who could not make it. I want to thank Olympia School District. You are here on Olympia School District right now. This is Capitol High School, one of their 2 comprehensive high schools. They're a great partner, and as you can see, in this community, we take very seriously our arts to complement all of our other content areas. This is a beautiful facility for sure. I want to thank the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They've been sponsors of this for many years. They've recognized for a lot of years that the strength of student success really sits in classrooms. A lot of discussion on policy and politics and DC and Olympia and all the stuff, but nothing is more magical than the relationship that is built between kids in classrooms and their teachers, their paraeducators, their bus drivers, their custodians. That relationship on the ground in local communities, that's the heart of what we do in public ed. So thank you to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We've got other folks who are partners here. You can see them on the back of your program, so shout out to them for their work. Some of the specific partners, WASPI, we call them. This is a Washington School Information Processing Center, the Center for Strengthening Teaching Profession. We call them C-STEP. They're kind of like a classic New York Broadway group, C-STEP. You think of them. Some of them right here. But rather than high kicks, they just kick butt for students and educators. So thank you, C-STEP, for what you do there. And our ESDs play a big part of this. Many of you don't know sort of the acronym, and you don't ever need to, the bureaucracy of education, but there's a special group of people out there in 9 regions that are there to support local school districts. You can't do everything from Olympia. Not every dollar gets exactly where it should be, but in these regional models, these educational service districts play a big part. So each of the folks you see here today, 2 from every region, 1 classified school employee and 1 teacher, they represent the 9 different regions of our state because basic education in our state is a right to every student no matter where they live. And so a big, huge thank you to the folks at our ESD. Not me at all. I do not wear a pacemaker yet or anything else, so I don't know what that was. And lastly, just to family, again, I said it, thank you for traveling here. Thank you for being a part of this. You've watched these folks just spend way too many hours grading papers and worrying through that kid who's not getting a meal, struggling to think through that student who needs accommodations. The special nature that is public ed, it's sitting right here in front of you today. So as I bring up Susan, she's going to read the names and bios of these incredible people, but as we transition, please one more time give it up for all of our recognized people.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Susan Lathrop. I have the opportunity to serve as the Interim Chief Education Officer at OSPI, and I have the privilege of introducing you to our regional honorees. We are going to start with the 2025 Classified School Employee of the Year Regional Honoree and Finalist. Educators, when you hear your name, please join the Superintendent Rakedale on center stage. Lori Beatty, Resource Paraprofessional, On Track Academy, Spokane Public Schools, ESD 101, and it is okay to clap. Lori is about creating a space where every student, family, and community feels seen, heard, and valued while embracing diversity, fostering empowerment, and building strong connections. Thank you, Lori. Angelica Cardenas, developmental preschool paraeducator, Pioneer Elementary School, Sunnyside School District, ESD 105. Angelica's passion for working with children is evident in every aspect of her role. She is not only an essential support to teachers, but also a guiding hand for students who require additional care and support. She plays a vital role in helping children develop independence. Thank you, Angelica. Paul Ritchie, Facilities and Operations Supervisor, Kelso School District, ESD 112. My passion as Facilities and Operations Supervisor comes from creating clean, safe spaces where learning, teaching, and extracurricular activities thrive. I'm motivated knowing their work positively impacts students, staff, and the community, helping build pride in Kelso and supporting environments where everyone can excel. Thank you, Paul. Andy Bloomfield, Student Support Specialist, Hood Canal School District, Hood Canal ESD 113. When we work together, anything is possible. Thank you, Andy. Marianne Abdow, Quality Engagement Specialist for Students and Families in the Secondary Level, Tukwila School District, ESD 121. Marianne is motivated by the belief that every student, regardless of their circumstances, deserves to succeed. Her goal is to be a reliable source of support, helping them access the resources they need to build a successful future well beyond their school year. Thank you, Marianne. Olivia Grassel, paraeducator, Connell Elementary School, North Franklin School District, ESD 123. I teach all students, I defend all students, I mentor all students, I care for all students, and I advocate for all students. I bridge all the gaps because I am a paraeducator. Thank you, Olivia. Robin Hansen is not able to be with us today. However, we want to make sure we honor her. She is the head cook at Manson Secondary School in the Manson School District with ESD 171. Healthy kids and communities begin where kids are, school, playground, and home. Thank you, Robin. Jim Logan, Programmer Database Analyst, Burlington Eddington School District, ESD 189. Every day, I'm driven by the knowledge that my work is shaping a more enriching environmental experience for both teachers and students. The purpose fuels my passion and inspires me to keep learning and growing, because when I improve, so does the impact I make. Thank you, Jim. Next, I will be introducing to you our 2026 Teacher of the Year Regional Honorees and Finalists. Destiny Hornstein, Behavior Intervention Teacher, Otis Orchids Elementary, East Valley School District, ESD 101. Destiny is driven by the belief that one teacher can make a difference when they are honest with the students, even and perhaps most importantly, when that honesty is hard. She is motivated by the notion that belief in a student can be what creates progress. Thank you, Destiny. Gail Gregory, second grade teacher, Hilton Elementary, Zilla School District, ESD 105. Gail's students are more than names on a roster. They become part of her heart. Their fuel, their growth, fuels her passion and drives her to fiercely advocate for their success. She is committed to ensuring every student knows they belong and receives the education they deserve. Thank you, Gail. John Zingali, social studies teacher, ITech Preparatory, Vancouver Public Schools, ESD 112. A key tenet of John's teaching philosophy is developing literate, active citizens who engage with democracy. This includes teaching hard history while empowering young people to ask good questions, engage with relevant topics, and investigate their world so they can develop and use their voices to advocate for what they believe. Thank you, John. Jackie Gibbons, math teacher, Aspire Middle School, North Thurston School District, ESD 113. Jackie is driven by the belief that every student can achieve success. By combining high expectations with strong support, she strives to help her students master mathematics, gain confidence in their abilities, and see that with hard work and help, they can achieve any goal they set. Thank you, Jackie. Shannon Green, second grade teacher, Grey Wolf Elementary, Squim School District, ESD 114. A teacher plants the seeds of knowledge, sprinkles them with love, and patiently nurtures their growth. Thank you, Shannon. Stephen Pickard, band teacher, Rogers High School and Desi Evans Elementary School, Puyallup School District, ESD 121. Community is at core of Stephen's efforts. When students feel they are a part of something, where trust and respect are present, students are able to be themselves and work together, cultivating core values beyond their notes. Every student is able to learn their worth in a music class. Thank you, Stephen. Gabriella Whitemarsh, by way ESD 123. Gabriella, inspired by her family and students, fiercely loves her community and works tirelessly to see it succeed. She fiercely believes education changes lives and everyone deserves an equitable opportunity to achieve their dreams. As educators, it is our duty to empower our students, their families, and our community. Thank you, Gabriella. Madonna Conchuk Carlton, special education teacher, Morgan Owens Elementary, Lake Chelan School District, ESD 171. Madonna believes that every individual has something valuable to contribute to their community. Teaching students with complex needs, she sees every milestone as a victory, every challenge as an opportunity, and every child as a reminder that teaching is not about limitations, but about empowering every learner to thrive. Thank you, Madonna. Ruwani Brohier, 5th grade teacher, Cardata Elementary School, Bellingham Public Schools, ESD 189. Ruwani's passion ignites when she cultivates classroom communities where every student belongs and discovers their leadership potential. She balances academic rigor with nurturing growth, believing that challenging young minds while fostering their sense of belonging creates confident lifelong learners who will positively impact their world. Thank you, Ruwani. At At this time, we are going to hear from our 2023 Regional Classified School Employee of the Year, Chris Harris, and our 2024 State Teacher of the Year, Blair Penry. Chris and Blair will share about their time as Regional and State Classified Educator and Teacher of the Year. Chris, please join us up here.
Everyone, thanks for being here today. As Susan just said, I'm Chris Harris. I am the 2023 Classified Employee of the Year. Today we celebrate something very special, our Certified and Classified Employees of the Year. As an educator who sat in those chairs just a few years ago, I've realized the celebration just isn't about the plaques, the handshakes, the moment in the spotlight as it shines on us. It's about recognizing these incredible people who bring our schools to life, the people who through their hard work, their care, and their relationships make a lasting difference on the lives of all of our students around us. When most people picture a school, they think of classrooms, textbooks, and lesson plans. But we all know the truth. The schools are much more than that. Classified staff are often the first faces that our students see every morning, with the bus driver who greets them, the food service worker who makes sure that they have a warm meal for them to eat, and the custodian who takes pride in keeping their classroom safe and ready for them to come to school the next day. Not just them, but the office staff as well, who often help keep you guys as parents calm and collected when you're in the office to pick up your student. It's all of us. We all maintain the entire school. Much of that work happens behind the scenes, and yet without it, the magic of the learning couldn't happen. We as classified staff are the foundation of our schools and the ones who make it possible. I want to take a second and dive into an experience that I had as the head custodian at the high school at Sela. One night after a great win by our football team, the halls were quiet, the lights were mostly off, I was kind of starting to lock up some things, but I noticed one of our athletes sitting at the chairs we have in the hallway. At first I thought they were just going to wait for a ride, so I went to check on him. But when I went to congratulate him on the big win of the night, I could tell something wasn't quite right. So we just kind of talked. We didn't talk about the football game. We didn't talk about the impact he had on the football game. We just kind of talked about him and his mental state and where he was at. And it was a quick conversation, it might have lasted only a couple of minutes, but me taking that few minutes out of my night, because I'd been there since 5 in the morning when I got the school opened, it was almost 11, made a huge impact on that kid. And at graduation a couple years later, he told me that that moment stuck with him his whole entire life. So those moments, those few seconds out of my night made a lasting impact on that kid, something he will remember forever. But that is what classified staff, that's what we do every day. We notice, we care, we build relationships that make students feel safe through all the work that we do that nobody ever sees. But teachers, we all come together. They pour their hearts into grading, teaching, and inspiring, and classified staff, we work to create the environment where learning can take root. Together, we are the partners in the same mission to make sure that every student feels seen and supported and capable of success. So today, as we honor our teachers and classified employees of the year, let us celebrate not what you do, but who you guys are and why you're sitting on this stage today. You are the heartbeat of our schools, you are the ones who make our students feel valued, and you're the reason our community trusts in the power of education. To our honorees, congratulations to each and every one of you. Your dedication, your compassion, and your commitment inspire us all. And thank you again for letting me be a part of this special moment for all of you guys.
Hi, good morning. My name is Blair Penry, and I am the 2024 Washington State Teacher of the Year. Thank you, CSTEP and OSPI, for inviting me here today. Time really does fly. It feels like only moments ago, I was thanking my wonderful cohort for allowing me to spend time with them, re-energizing me and my passions. Now, I extend that same heartfelt gratitude to you. Thank you for allowing me to hear your passions, to share in the stories of your students. It truly has been a gift. I remember vividly the moment my name was called on the stage. awarding not only an honor, but a privilege of representing educators, students, and families in our state. Looking back at the video, I can see that I have a look of sheer panic on my face. How was I going to do this? Was I ready? After the hugs, celebrations, and plenty of tears, my family went home and sat in our living room, all sort of in a state of shock. Looking at my then 4-year-old, I broke the silence, asking, how are we going to do this? My dad, mom, and husband looked at each other and almost in unison said, together. I didn't realize how big the idea of community and togetherness would play a role in my year. My district rallied around me, my team gave me love and support, and as I ventured out into the national program, I met 53 other educators who had become a constant state of encouragement and brilliance as we navigated the road. And sometimes, it was a bumpy road. As you start this journey, I want each of you to honor your unique strengths and lived experiences. Each of you has a voice and a story that can inspire others. Share your journey, the challenges that you have faced, and the lessons that you have learned. Share your students' stories, the struggles and the joyous victories. Share your small wins as well as the big. You have the opportunity to use your platform to amplify the voices of those who are not always heard in a system that was not built for all. This year will be a year of growth, maybe of growing into your own power, of growing into your advocacy, or growing in your reach. Whatever it is, embrace it. And do not be afraid to lean on each other when times are tough. Often, our greatest achievements come from the collective efforts of many. What I want you all to remember is that you are not alone. You have built community here. You will always have support along the way. I wish you all the best on this new adventure. Seize the chance to tell your story, to make connections, and build bridges of understanding along the way. Congratulations to you all. You are all wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris and Blair. And now, we will announce our 2025 State Classified School Employee of the Year. This honor goes to Marianne Abdow, Tukwila School District.
Hi, everyone. Shocked. I wasn't prepared mentally. I'm grateful to get this title, and I am thankful to be part of this education cohort. It's been amazing to be able to represent them. I'm just shocked. And so I want to say thank you to my family who's currently stuck in traffic, but I am here. My friends and coworkers are here, and I want to truly say thank you to Dr. Tanisha Firmston, who nominated me. I want to thank my Tukwila School District. They have been very supportive. Our superintendent, who's not able to make it today but was planning, and I am grateful. I am shocked, and thank you for this honor. Thank you.
Congratulations. And now, we will announce our 2026 State Teacher of the Year. This honor goes to Gabriella Whitemark.
Ooh, okay. I am a crier, so I apologize in advance. These incredible people. Known you guys less than 48 hours, and I am so inspired by what you do every day, the things that you do that nobody asks you to do, and you still do it because you love and you care. And every single person here deserves to be here and to be here. And so I just hope that I am able to represent all of you well. I promise to do it with honor, with dignity, with integrity and authenticity. And thank you. Thank you for these last 2 days. Thank you guys for putting this on. Thank you to our C-STEP amazing people. They're rock stars. This whole experience has been life-changing and incredible. It wouldn't have happened without the support of my amazing principal, Veronica Machado. Who is the biggest champion of anyone in our building, regardless of our role. Superintendent Whitney, thank you so much for being here. I'm very fortunate to have so much support in my building and my district, and to all of the folks at EST 123, thank you as well. Muchas gracias a toda mi gente. Espero siempre llenarlos de orgullo y siempre llevar todo el sacrificio, todo el trabajo, todo lo que tienen que vivir día tras día para estar aquí en este país, para hacer algo de sí mismos, para llevar adelante a sus hijos, a sus vecinos, a sus familiares y a ustedes mismos. Muchas gracias por todo lo que han hecho por mí, en especial mis padres, inmigrantes de García de la Cadena, Zacatecas, México. No estaría aquí sin ellos. Thank you to my husband, Eric, who is also an amazing teacher, and more kids know him at my high school than they know me. And my wonderful children, Emmanuel and Elia, who are just my everything. To my family that's here and that's watching me from far away, my brother and my sister and their families. Thank you. Thank you to everybody. I had something written down, and I hope I said everything I was supposed to say, but thank you. Muchas gracias a todos. My students, thank you guys so much for everything. Los quiero mucho. Sigan echándole ganas, nunca se rajen, no se den por vencidos, y sí se puede.
There was a point at which I thought you weren't going to get up, and I thought your children were going to rush the stage, and we were going to have to deal with that. What an amazing moment here for us. I'll close this out. I encourage you to stick around afterwards for photographs and snacks out in the hallway, and take your time and just maybe get to meet and greet these amazing folks There's a lot you don't read about in public education because we live in a world that it doesn't candidly profit from hope and joy and love as much as it does fear. So as you scroll through your social media, and as adults, I know you work hard to put some firewalls around that because it can feel heavy. I want you to imagine kids who on average are spending 7 hours a day now in the United States on screens. 5.5 of those hours are on social media. There is a unprecedented challenge for young people who can get instantaneous information, but will never find the love and compassion through a smart device that they're going to get from those 17 people right there. You won't read that there's less than half a dozen states in the United States statistically outperforming Washington in math and reading in 4th grade. Same performance in 8th grade reading. We've got some work to do in 8th grade math for sure. You won't read that we're part of a testing consortium of 12 or 13 states and we have the 2nd highest scores in reading and the 4th highest scores in math. It isn't popular to foist upon public institutions a gratitude because it's just not profitable. But the reason we're all in this business, and every one of these folks is in this, and a lot of you are in this, is because in the toughest of times, it's public education that perseveres. It will still be here when the clouds of social media pass and we learn from it, when the injustices of our world pass, or at least improve and we learn from it. When some child not born yet walks through a classroom at 5 years old with a giant backpack and just hoping they find friends and somebody who will care for them the way their families do at home, that will persevere. That will persist. We will always be here as we did following a civil war where millions of fathers never came home, 2 world wars, multiple pandemics. We will persevere as we did in the 1960s with high-profile assassinations that seemingly ripped the country apart. In every one of those moments, young people ask themselves, am I the only one experiencing this harm, this hurt, this fear, this anxiety? They don't have the context of history yet. We do. So on this Saturday morning, on this mostly sunny day in Olympia, Washington, I hope as you put aside all of your social media anxiety and all of your understanding of how complex the world is, I want you to realize that less than 48 hours from now, 1 million kids are going to walk through a classroom door on Monday morning to somebody who says, welcome. A teacher, a paraeducator, a building custodian, a bus driver, somebody who greets them on the playground when they get scratched, somebody who meets them in a counseling office when they need a whole lot of help. Because what persists in a world where we care about each other is the quiet truth of learning and education and love, even in the face of all the stuff that's masked over in the form of hurt and anger and rage. No generation has had the world's news at their fingertips long before their brains had developed fully to understand what's happening. But what they do know is that when they're centered, when there's a sense of belonging, they really can do anything. Thank you for being here. I want you to give it up louder than you gave it up the entire time for 17 people that embody the beauty and the amazement of public education. Thank you. Our whole state is on your shoulders, no pressure. But you are also just representative of 70,000 people in the classroom and 140,000 public school employees every day lifting up 1 million kids. You all are remarkable. Have a fantastic year. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Regional Educators of the Year. Calories await you. Restrooms are out there, and if you want photographs here and out there, we'll leave the background up. Again, everyone, thank you for being here. Travel home safely, please.